My aquariums. For my inspiration, I started with Father Fish.
Well, hello. Come right on in. You're at Father Fish.
Stop pulling.
His videos on setting up dirty fish tanks helped me figure out what I wanted with my fish tank. As you can see here with my 50-gallon tank, at least I think it's 50 gallons. Let's zoom here. This is the substrate that I had, which has roughly an inch of soil from the backyard and 2 inches of sand and gravel from the last fish tank's owner on top. These have formed into 2 distinct layers of bacteria. On the bottom is some kind of red bacteria, and on the upper portion in the sand is green bacteria reacting to the sunlight. So here's some stills from my inside the house fish tank in the living room. This is the cleanest one. It has plants from the local estuary and a few plants from the pet store. The red fish are not goldfish. They are called red feeders. The red fish are ones you're supposed to feed to larger fish, and I just bought them as pets. Here is a feeder guppy. This is my plant tank. I have a bunch of soil and sand in the bottom, and I put a bunch of duckweed and some water lettuce, water cabbage up in the top. There's also the plants that like to live along ditches, doing very well. They help keep the water clean without any pump or filter. Here is the top surface of the 50-gallon tank. Now the water hyacinth plants always die. I don't know what it is with the water that I have, but you can see they're browning. These are ones that have been in the tank for a few weeks. They'll eventually shrivel to nothing and die. I have a plastic lily pad for tadpoles to sit on. You can see them transitioning without medical assistance into full frog form. These tadpoles are very small, nickel-sized basically. Here's a bunch of transitioning frogs. These have all hopped away. They're no longer in the tank, and they like to reside in different places there on the tank. Here's a crawfish. He's about 3 inches long. He came in with the water hyacinth plant, and I had no idea he was there in the plant, even though I shook the plant all around. And he has a bunch of little babies, he or she. There's the little frog ready to go off, and he's already shrinking his tail. These are my 2 main outdoor tanks, a 10-gallon and the little plant tank. The 10-gallon tank was my first experiment in having an outdoor tank subject to all kinds of weather. It gets rained on, rain comes into the tank, and it's got a really cheap little filter there, but the filter isn't very effective. 50-gallon tank, very impressive. A neighbor had thrown this out, and I heaved it into the trunk of my car after emptying all the gravel out. I rinsed the gravel 3 times because I did not know if this tank was a saltwater tank. And so I rinsed the gravel in case it was full of salt. And then I put the soil in, put the gravel in, put the sand on top, added plants. There's 2 vases in there, or vase. And the fish are all local fish from the local streams. That's right. And here's the tadpoles. And there's the crawfish, which is a freshwater lobster. These are the local fish. You see the ones that look pregnant. I believe that their young are born live. Either that or they're swallowing a bunch of bladder snails. And a final shot of the frogs, which have all hopped away. Let's go to the video footage of my aquariums.